Hey, what's good, everybody? I wanted to do a quick reading this morning, see what's going on. I kind of something happened, right? That I kind of oh yeah, because I channeled the song this morning. That's why I wanted to do it, right? So this morning, right when I woke up, I kept hearing that song. Could it be I'm falling in love? So I was like, all right, it looks like this is gonna be a love reading, right? Obviously, right? That song, I mean, I didn't get nothing negative, right? It's almost like a cute kind of thing, right? Like someone like I didn't expect this to happen. Like, am I growing feelings kind of thing, right? Because I was kind of like, is it someone that's like unsure, like, and that no one wants to deal with that, right? With someone that's like not aware of their feelings, right? Like someone that's very like two of swords kind of thing, right? It felt more like someone that's like kind of caught by surprise, right? So it's a cool song. Like I've heard that song before, like in movies or different stuff, but I don't think I've ever really played it. And when I was playing it, like the music was, I mean, even the lyrics, right? They're really cool. Like not cool, but they're really, it starts like, since I met you, I've begun to feel so strange every time I speak your name. That's funny. You say that you are so helpless too, that you don't know what to do. Each night I pray there will never come a day when you up and take your love away. Say you feel the same way too. And I wonder what it is I feel for you. Could it be a falling in love? So all this stuff. So either you're already communicating this, right? Something that's new. And I had on the other reading, New Love came out. Um, New Love came out, and so maybe that was part of it, because the overall for 2025, it was like all these split. I think it was the 2025 reading where it's all these split like scenarios, right? Which makes sense because it's a general reading, right? But real quick before I start pulling cards, I got kind of smacked in the head with a reminder to do the readings as I'm supposed to, right? Because and deliver the message as it comes out, because on the morning of New Year's Eve, I had that song that what if God was one of us, but originally when I looked it up on the closed caption of the video, the lyrics came out as one of these one of these days around 12 o'clock, this old world's gonna reel and rock. Saints will tremble and cry for pain, and the Lord will come on his aeroplane. And I was like, I didn't want to, because I was like, I'm not gonna deliver it. That's why are saints gonna cry for pain? That doesn't even make sense, right? And then we know that that night there was an attack, and like at first it was, I think, 10 people passed away. And even in Florida, a little girl got caught with a stray bullet, and I'm sure there was a lot. But that's why I was like, I mean, New Year's is New Year's, right? Things always happen, of course. But it was very specific that and I have the video when I made it, right? I had recorded on Zoom, so it shows the time I recorded that video, right? And it was like, I even wrote it down. Saints will tremble and cry for pain. And what happened? The attack was in all places, New Orleans. And what is the team of New Orleans? The New Orleans Saints. So I was like, oh my God. Not that anyone was gonna watch my video and be like, oh, or who knows, what if someone from New Orleans would have been, and then let me not go out tonight or something, right? But it's just a reminder for me. I guess it was a reminder to deliver the messages as they come, right? Because I was like, why are saints gonna tremble and cry for pain, right? And if you think about it, just it was innocent people. Not just that, about, oh, it happened to happen in New Orleans, and in the video you could see me saying like saints will, and I was so convinced of it because yeah, I hadn't looked up the actual lyrics. I had just gone off the video, and the closed caption kept saying saints will tremble and cry for pain. And I even rewinded it, and sure enough, the closed caption again said saints will tremble and cry for pain. And then the attack was in New Orleans, and the team is called New Orleans Saints, right? So it was just an eerie reminder of it is what it is. The messages, they're not always gonna be pleasant. That's why I'm glad I did the hurt people, because I was even like, do I want to deliver that message? I felt like there was someone from the past coming. And it was like, is someone really out there trying to give someone the heebie-jeebies, right? Like, or whether it was someone new or someone from the past coming and giving someone like knowingly like that a disease or something. I was just like, this is a weird message, but hey, I'm just gonna deliver it. So yeah, that was a big reminder. Again, I'll get into the reading now because it just blew my mind after I processed everything. I was like, oh wow, like I knew I should have just delivered the message as it was supposed to come out, right? Because I was just like, why are saints? What did saints do that? You know, and like I was saying, everybody there, yeah, they were, they didn't do anything wrong so that they could get, runned over by this guy, right? In that pickup truck. I know at least like 30 people were injured, see, so even that cry for pain part, right? And then if you think about it, the Lord coming on his airplane is like they were all taken up, like unfortunately the ones that passed away. So I was just like, man, this is crazy, right? But like I said, a reminder to give the messages as they come. Don't try to, sometimes maybe they're unpleasant because just a warning, right? If anything, it's a warning, right? Like obviously it was, yeah. So whatever. I was just like, oh man, why did I not just post up the message I was supposed to be, right? So yeah. Oof. I'll make a message later about, I had this. Wow, look at that. See? So always just the first card that comes out, the lovers number 6. And what was I saying? Could it be I'm falling in love? Partnership, being in love, commitment, choices, crossroads, harmonized relationship. Bam. So I guess that song means something. And in the song, see, I hadn't even read the lyrics. It talks about like I looked at them, but it hadn't, because it talks about mutual kind of feelings, right? So it feels like, let's see what else they got to say. Let's see, clarify the. Oh, okay. Well, that's not cool. Okay. Well, I'm like I said, read it how it is. Again with the 10 of Swords. Wow, 10 of Swords. So betrayal, completion, dark completion. Okay, so maybe that's the thing. Maybe finally bringing to close something that you had suffered from, right? Betrayal, completion, darkest hours, internal suffering, painful ending, numb, right? Maybe after finally coming out of this energy, you become open to, or maybe that's why, right? You're someone that had gone through that. So that's why it's like, could it be I'm falling in love or something, right? Someone, whoever, maybe that's what it's about, right? That's why it's so like, could it be like what? I wasn't expecting this. Oof. Okay. 2 of Pentacles, balance, right? So 2 of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, right? Two Geminis and a Capricorn, right? Yin and Yang, right? And we're just starting like the other, because I know it was in one cycle and it just started, right? The Yin and Yang. It was in a feminine, whichever one is the feminine one. Let me look it up because I talked about it last time. And let me see. Yin is male or female? Yin is considered the feminine. Okay, so we were in a yin energy and now we're going into the yang, which is masculine. Or we already started it like recently, right? So juggling, balance, limbo, options, decision, adaptability, busy, daily task, multitasking. Balance. Maybe that, searching for balance, right? Okay. I think this is more like I feel like this is a reminder to not be too up in your head. Let me see. Clarified 2 of Pentacles. Because if I think the 2 of Pentacles is like about don't be too up in your head. That's how I'm feeling it, right? Or maybe you will have options, right? But I don't know. I don't know. Okay, well, this one came out too. Protecting yourself, boundaries, defensive. I feel almost like maybe this is someone else, right? Because one message, it feels like very clear, right? And it feels like someone else is, but I think like this goes hand in hand, right? Like like the message of someone coming out of a betrayal, and that's why they're like unexpected love, right? And then the other one, maybe there's another energy here that is searching to be balanced, right? Because look at this: protecting yourself, boundaries, defensive, territorial, hypersexual, angry. Hmm. Ah, could it be? This is Leo energy. It almost looks like someone blocking, right? So maybe someone will see that, oh, you're falling in love, and you always gotta be you always got to be weary of someone trying to block that. Protecting yourself, boundaries, defensive, territorial. Because territorial, right? Just because that word came out, it makes me feel like, is it someone that doesn't want you to be happy? Okay, clarify. Seven of Wands. Is this past, present? Let me see. Seven of Wands, Seven of Wands. Oof. That's Leo. This is Sagittarius. Stress, hard work, effort, sacrifice, burdens over it, walking away, willpower. It feels like this was what happened, right? Like it took a lot of willpower, or is gonna take willpower to walk away from a bad situation. Whatever energy this is, I don't know. I don't feel like this is the same. It could be, right? But because to be at this in this place, right? To be like this, obviously you gotta have released already. You gotta have healed to a certain point, right? Um, to to completely be vulnerable and step into something. Maybe it's a warning. If it is the same, right? If it is all the same scenario, then maybe it's letting you know, right? If this comes up, you gotta have already done the work, right? The completion to be able to step into that. If you don't have room for it, then how are you gonna like this, right? If it's talking about juggling, let's say you already buried yourself in work and then love comes in, are you gonna be willing to make that space for it, right? If you're too defensive, right? It's good to be defensive about against something that you don't want anymore, but if you're too defensive when something comes knocking at your door. I made that, but I said knocking on your window because my dog was knocking on my window. But if something comes knocking at your door, so to speak, I know it's the popular saying, right? If something comes knocking at your door and you're like this, well, you know, that's funny because one of my dogs is like that, right? She was a rescue, uh, and she's very territorial about her space, right? Like if the other dog comes too close, like she'll snap, right? Um, but it depends, not always, right? So it's funny. It's like protecting yourself, boundaries, stress, hard work, effort, sacrifice. Either this is two energies or it's just letting you know if you want to get to that place where I don't know, my gut's lighting up. So I feel like I am reading it correctly, right? That's what I want to say is going on here. Because my gut's just lighting up, right? So I feel like that's kind of what it is, right? Maybe love will hit you by surprise, right? I'd say like those were Gemini, so maybe I don't know, maybe in the summer if it doesn't have to be, right? It could happen whenever it happens, but you know, all the set so far there's Gemini, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius. So I don't know if any of you are any of those signs, but Air and fire too, right? That's something usually something that happens quick, right? Air and fire. And two of Pentacles balancing that out, right? Let me see. Okay, any other message then? Or any advice for, this is the story. Wow, my gut's really lighting up. So I feel like that story is like, ooh, oh yeah, look at this is one too. Look at Ten of Pentacles, right? Almost like if that's what marriage, financial security, family, wealth, legacy, community, home established. Wow, my whole gut's lighting up like big time. So all from see, so now it kind of like the sandwich, right? You got the and everything in the middle, right? So I think it's like the could I be a falling in love, and then who knows, maybe but you got to get through the work, right? You got to do the work. That's why stress, hard work, right? You know, everyone has baggage, but don't throw what happened to you in the past on somebody else, right? If you go into something, don't ruin something because you didn't, fix yourself or do the work. It's like the difference between being able to tell someone, all this stuff happened to me, so I'm still working through it, as opposed to all of a sudden you snap at someone and they're like, damn, what the hell did I do? Or this and that. And then you're like, you don't understand. All this happened to me. Nah, nah, nah. See, there's a difference in that communication, right? Like, you don't understand. Okay, yeah, because you're not telling me, right? Versus someone saying like, ah, you know, yeah, I'm still worried. Like one day, just bringing up a conversation, right? Yeah, this stuff. So I still am working on it, or working on it before. I mean, it's kind of there's always gonna be triggers and stuff in life, right? So it's just a difference, right? Like, so it's knowing that and to not like I think I'm someone that doesn't like that whole like you don't understand kind of thing, right? Like that to me is like yeah, how is someone gonna understand if you don't tell them, right? Like. So to me, that's like it's a very immature kind of thing, or like I mean, not immature. Like obviously, that's why, right? If you're watching this, I think you already, hopefully, you're someone that already gets that, right? You've done some kind of work, right? That you get it on that level of life is different like that, right? Like, right? Oof, okay. Well, yeah, see, I'm talking about that. Father, leader, boss, money maker, conqueror, head of household, decision maker, wise counsel. Number four. So who knows? I don't know if you're gonna be meeting a Aries or Emperor. What is it? Scorpio Aries that might have that energy, right? Or they're gonna come off like that, right? Like I get it. There's a lot of people that do that are attracted to the whole. Oh, I want to fix someone or fix something, right? But I feel like if you meet someone that's already done the work and everything, it's like, you know, um, I don't think someone necessarily wants to take on that responsibility, right? It's like, well, have you gone to counseling? Have you like, especially if you're of a certain age and it's like, well, what have you ever done to like, did you ever try to fix yourself? Like, or was that it? You stayed in the victim mentality and that was it, right? That's what, oh, wow, that's funny because I just talked about that, how, people become addicted to that, right? I had just heard this thing about people becoming addicted to the pain or the martyr thing or this or the woe is me. And even this, right? Being a 9 year, it's very, if ever there was a time you better complete something, right? Um, and it's funny because two tens came out, right? So obviously a 10 and a 10, right? That comes after the nine, right? So, you know, if you haven't yet, I would say it's a good year to complete stuff and, okay. So one last advice and then, okay, bam. All right. Communication, see? Things gonna be important to communicate. Sagittarius. My dog's a Sagittarius. She's like so. She's just a ball of energy. Like right now, if I recorded a video showing, like when I walk out, it's funny. It's like she'll jump off all fours at the same time, right? She's like so excited, and so I picture that, like, maybe this is kind of the whole overall, right, energy of that's Mercury, right, for the communication. Eight of Wands, all right? Messages, communicate, social media, fast, quick. Maybe you met this person on social media, or you will, right? Messages, communication, fast, quick, karma. But in this one, I see a karma like in a good way, right? Maybe you've dealt with the other side of it, right? Some people don't really use those words like dharma, right? Because I think dharma is the like the positive side of that, right? But people just use karma for both, right? Dharma, the eternal and inherent nature of reality, regarded in Hinduism as a cosmic law underlying right behavior and social order. So, an aspect or of truth or reality, all karmas are forms. Emptiness. I don't know what the hell. But yeah, you get it, right? Well, right here it says dharma versus karma. Karma, the law and cause and effect, or the result of a person's actions, thoughts, or deeds, right? So karma is just like, yeah. So maybe it's your karma already to receive that Ten of Pentacles, or however you want to call it, right? Like that a good, like, security, right? Like obviously it says marriage, right? So that the lovers, right? So it's your karma already to have that, right? It's due, right? The universe owes it to you in a way, right? Not to say, but no, yeah, because it's just law, right? Like positive news, there it is, right? Positive news, fast moving, right? And I said like the Sagittarius thing, it's like my dog is just like crazy, right? She's very you know, and she's a ball of joy too, so that's pretty cool. I like it, right? Let me see. I think that's it, right? Like, why I don't want to something else. Let me see the angels real quick. If there's a message from the angels in the deck, right? It is a little different. Maybe this is for someone else, or maybe it's for you, right? We'll see. Let me shuffle it real quick. Song got stuck in my head now. I have to download it. Could it be I'm falling in love? It's a really good song, actually. Oof, okay. This one just hopped out. Wow. Knight of Swords. Whoa, my stomach just growled like super long. 59. Which adds up to 5, which is change. The all-pervading God, Knight of Harahel. But look at it, looks like someone protecting their heart, almost like, hey, don't mess with me, like, don't play with me. Intellectual richness, wow, protects fertility of women, makes children respectful towards their parents. Ah, I don't know if you got some bad kids or something, and it's talking about like, see, you could say, I'm gonna get Harahel after you. Harahel is gonna put a whooping to you. Don't make me call Harahel. Intellectual richness protects fertility of women, makes children respectful towards their parents. That's cool. I have a poster of that up, like and yeah, look at it. Someone that, like, look at how they say standing on business. Like, look at this. What is it? The sweater? Or it's like that. What is it called? Mail, or that's what it's called, right? The armor, mail, or coat. That's crazy. Makes children respectful towards their parents. Who knows? Maybe that's just to confirm that that this reading was for you or something. Who knows, right? Okay, let me get something else. Yeah, that song's stuck in my head. So I think that's the overall theme, right, of this reading. Just you know, yeah, you could let me know if it resonates. Put it in the comments. Let me know if you're feeling that, right? Again, like I guess the boundaries is important, right? Have boundaries. If there's something from the past that already caused you pain and this and that, just have, I would say, common sense, right? But obviously with they always compare like things matters of the heart to like insanity, right? And stuff like that, like love and all this, because people sometimes don't think, um, but don't block like a good thing because you're stuck on, right? Pluto transformation, right? Look at all the vultures always represent like a cleansing away of the old, and look at bam, the volcano erupting. Like from the pressure, I think comes those like the precious stones, right? Renewal, inner resources, basic instinct, motivation, personal power, right? So it's gonna take personal power, evolution, composting, cycles. Yeah, it's just cycles. Death, rebirth, subversion. Wow, my heart just kind of lit up, right? So there's something, right? Maybe a renewal of your heart too, like opening up your heart chakra, right? Maybe doing something with your heart chakra to open it up again, right? Subversion, suspicion, obsession. Obsession. Wow, that came up earlier. That came up earlier. Obsession, right? Intensity. Intensity, reckoning, taboos, clearing, extremes. Taboos. Taboos. I forgot what taboos means. Taboos, taboos. Let me look it up. Something that's taboo is what? Like that people don't like or something? Like completely unacceptable or forbidden. Huh. Describe an activity or behavior that is considered completely unacceptable or forbidden. Why I never heard it described like that. Hmm. So maybe their transformation is like you're scared of it because usually it's looked at as you know, like it's not accepted by it's like the spiritual walk, right? Maybe you are someone that's spiritual. Obviously, if you're watching this. Um, what do you call it? If you are someone that's looking at that side of that walk, right, in life, then obviously, right, a lot of people aren't gonna now obviously we live in a time when it is more acceptable, but um yeah, should I do it? I feel like I should. Okay, I'll end it with this one for real. So this is from the like the ancestors, right? The Dia de los Muertos is like one of my favorite things to pull, right? So let's see what wow, my stomach is going crazy. It's like a whole orchestra playing. I don't even feel that hungry, but I guess if my stomach's telling me I'm hungry. So I guess that's good to make me hurry up and finish the reading, right? So let me see anything from any loved one. You know what? Let me show you this one because this one's staring at me because it had came out, but I was like, I don't wanna, I don't like it always when more than one card pops out, but opposition balance, right? So maybe definitely focus on being balanced, relates, mirrors, interacts, confronts, makes conscious, manifests, disciplines, conflicts with, tests, objectifies, calls out, right? So what I get from that is either you're gonna probably meet someone like that calls you on your blank, so you're gonna have to step it up, right? Or you probably already dealt with that. Wow, I felt this pain right here, so I don't know what that necessarily means. Maybe it's not gonna be comfortable, right? To look in the mirror and understand what you've done in a situation, right? Because obviously, right, if you're saying like, why did this happen to me? There's always two sides to that, right? Uh, it could be as simple as, well, why did you let it happen to you, right? Like, why did this happen to me? Well, why did you, right? Why did you let it, right? Like, I'm sure you saw red flags at some point and you probably stuck with something and that's what it was, right? All right. This one has came out so many times, right? I almost want to see if something else comes out, but I'll just, it is what it is, I guess. Fotografía 33. So, yeah, I'll read it real quick, right? It is what it is. I don't know. I'm just gonna, it came out. Two of them actually came out, right? Fotografía and bebida. Maybe that looks like someone you know. Maybe you're like, oh, because this is from your loved ones that have passed on. So maybe you're like, hey, that's my aunt or something. But that looks like, like the, because it does, right? It has that cool aunt kind of vibe. And then fotografía, I don't know. Maybe that looks like your dad or an uncle or someone, right? Right? It looks like it would be like a Tio Chencho or something, right? Like, hey, or Ralph or something, right? That's funny. All right. 33. Fotografía. Develop your best moments until the images are larger than life. We keep this love in a photograph. We made these memories for ourselves where our eyes are never closing, hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped jeans, holding me closer till our eyes meet. You won't ever be alone. Wait for me to come home. Ed Sheeran. Shoot, phone rang. That's funny. Well, I feel like I don't know. For me, that felt like confirmation. Like I am, because I didn't read it with as much because it's like I mean this message keeps coming out, but it happened for a reason, right? So um you know I still don't think I've heard that song. Maybe I finally listened to it once because like I said, this card comes out a lot. So maybe whoever's connecting with this, you have a photograph of someone that passed away, or there's a certain thing with a photograph that means a lot, right? Or you take picture, you're someone that's into taking pictures. My love, take a snapshot in your mind of a favorite time of connection with me. This could be an epic moment or one that was simple, ordinary, and mundane. In the dark room of your inner chamber, take this memory and blow it up larger than life. Access your imagination and allow this moment to become as big as the sky and beyond. Allow the rapture of the feeling of this moment to sweep you up and carry you through the aperture of your non physical awareness through infinity. Now, take a peek at the big picture of you, and you'll gain a glimpse of the wisdom of countless multiple parallel lives. I mentioned parallel lives in the other reading. Encoded within. Glance into the mirror of your highest self. Capture a freeze frame of you with the light shooting through your eyes. What in the world? Oh, they got stuff through your eyes. Glow of the stars twinkling through your smile and beams of heaven emanating from your heart. Ah, remember I said the heart thing? Know that you've made a deeper impact on life than you could ever fathom or could be displayed on even the most lavish ofrenda. The mantra, I emblazon my most joyous memories of my loved ones in my mind and heart as I carry them on my altar within. I emblazon my most joyous memories of my loved ones in my mind and heart as I carry them on my altar within. Okay, so I do have to go, but I'll just close it with this. I'm not gonna read this one because I gotta go, but um, maybe this reminds you of someone that you knew that liked to drink, right? And they're just sending that message that they're with you, they love you, and all that good stuff, right? Or they're reminding you to cheer up, Buttercup, something like that. And they're toasting to you, right? Um, this is just kind of intuitively what I feel, right? And look, there's someone on the bottle. Maybe that reminds you of something you two used to drink or something like that, right? So I'll end it with that. I wish I had time to read it, but I really gotta go. So I'll end it with that. Thank you for watching. Let me know if it resonates. Leave a comment, all that good stuff. Yeah, I feel bad that. Oh my God. Why do they? Fine, I'll just read it real quick. I probably won't read the whole thing. I'll just read the meaning, right? And then I'll end it. Number 15, right? And then I'll 15. Okay. Beloved, I raise my glass to you, your love, and to the inebriated meandering wildness of life. I toast all the special ways you live in my eternal heart and all the ways I see you carrying on. I am tipsy with joy at the thought of you living with gusto. Know that you choose this card today to help you release unnecessary pain and drink the blessings of life to the last drop. Smash your empty glass, literally or figuratively. Dance a jig and live raucously, right? Raucously. I second Oriah Mountain Dreamer. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own. If you can dance with wildness and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes without cautioning us to be careful. Wow, I just hear a ton of parrots, and parrots means happiness, right? So wow, like they're going crazy. So okay, uh, feel you to the tip of your finger. Wow, look at I know you can't hear them because this has a noise cancellation, but they're going crazy, and so it's a huge reminder to be happy. Your fingers and toes without cautioning us to be careful, to be realistic, to remember the limitations of being human. I pray you'll answer that with a hearty yes. Mantra: I drink in the nectar of my sweetest memories of my departed beloved, and let it fill me with, what is it? Rapturous joy. Rapturous joy. Rapturous joy. Right? Okay, so I'll end it with that because I gotta go. Thank you all for watching. Let me know if it resonates. Peace.